Welcome to the universe, a place where you are statistically guaranteed to freeze to death in the dark, but hey, at least the parking is free. Let's look at the ultimate cosmic eviction notice. You think your hometown is an isolated dead end? The cosmos is mostly made of unfathomably large expanding bubbles of eternal night that make a supermassive black hole look like a bustling Times Square on New Year's Eve. We are talking about oceans of absolute nothingness, so mind-warpingly vast that if you dropped our entire galaxy inside one, it would be like losing a single glowing grain of sand in the Sahara Desert. Except the Sahara is freezing cold and actively wants to swallow your soul. Strap in, because we are hitting the cosmic fast-forward button, shattering the speed of light and taking a dizzying ride into the abyss. The visual hook starts now. We are leaving Earth behind, a tiny fragile blue marble spinning around a totally average middle-aged campfire we call the Sun. Zoom out. There goes the entire Milky Way, all 200 billion stars blurring into a single glowing cosmic pinwheel, burning faster than your paycheck on a Friday night. Keep going. We blow past the incoming Andromeda galaxy, which is currently barreling toward us through the dark like a runaway freight train with no brakes, destined for a catastrophic galactic collision. Zoom out again, faster this time. We are now leaving the local group entirely, a neighborhood 10 million light-years across that holds every star, planet, historical event, and late-night mistake you have ever known, seen, or cared about. But we are not stopping there. We pass the colossal, blindingly bright wall of the Virgo Supercluster, a massive metropolis of thousands of galaxies strung together like neon lights on a celestial highway, glowing brilliantly against the dark. And then the highway just abruptly ends. We are pushing you right off the edge of the cosmic cliff into the local void. Suddenly, the lights go out. The warmth is gone. But this is just the kiddie pool of emptiness. We are going so much deeper. We are traveling into the ultimate nothingness. Welcome to the dead center of the Boötes Supervoid. This is a cosmic desert 300 million light-years wide. To put that absurd scale into perspective, if the Milky Way galaxy were the size of a plastic frisbee, this void would be a completely empty sphere the size of the entire planet Earth. It is an abyss so staggeringly gigantic, so profoundly empty, that if humanity had been born right here in the center of it, we wouldn't have even known other galaxies existed until the invention of deep space telescopes in the 1960s. We would have thought our lonely galaxy was the entire universe. Inside the Boötes Supervoid, you are experiencing the ultimate, inescapable sensory deprivation tank. It is perfect, absolute, suffocating blackness. There is no up, there is no down, there is no horizon to orient yourself against, and absolutely no sound. Because there are no visual reference points anywhere, you feel absolutely zero motion. You could be screaming through this dark void at 1 billion miles an hour, and you would feel completely, terrifyingly paralyzed. It is an inescapable prison of pure, unfiltered nothingness. Your human brain would literally snap in half trying to process the sheer, crushing scale of the emptiness surrounding you. But here is the truly creepy part. It is not completely empty. Hiding in the suffocating dark are the cosmic outcasts. Faint, invisible tendrils of dark matter stretch across the abyss, acting like a creepy, glowing cosmic lichen clinging to the walls of a forgotten cave. And caught in this invisible, ghostly web are the void galaxies. These are desperately lonely islands of stars, exiled forever from the bustling, bright superclusters. They age in complete tragic isolation, burning through their cosmic fuel with no neighbors to interact with, no fresh gas to steal, and no gravitational dances to perform. They are just slowly, quietly fading out in the dark like a dying flashlight in a haunted woods. To actually understand why these monstrous voids exist, you have to zoom out so incredibly far that the universe stops looking like a collection of individual stars and starts looking like a gigantic glowing sponge. This is the cosmic web. The grand structure of the universe isn't just a random, chaotic scattering of galaxies. It is a highly structured foam. The galaxies, the superclusters, and the dark matter filaments all stick to the rims of these colossal voids like brilliant, swirling reflections trapped on the surface of giant soap bubbles. The voids are the bubbles, and the galaxies are just the incredibly thin, soapy film trapped between them. The universe is practically 90% pure nothing, and these expanding bubbles of eternal night are getting bigger every single second, actively pushing the cosmic web apart and isolating the galaxies even further. Think about that for a second. The vast majority of reality is just a terrifyingly empty void waiting to consume the light. It is an awe-inspiring, existential nightmare, beautifully suspended in the dark, reminding us just how microscopic and irrelevant our daily problems actually are. But here is the thing that absolutely keeps astrophysicists awake at night, sweating over their complex equations and staring blankly at their monitors. Galaxies are wildly dynamic, chaotic beasts. They do not just sit still. They shoot through the fabric of space at millions of kilometers per hour, driven by the intense gravitational pull of massive structures all around them. It is a chaotic, high-speed demolition derby out there on the glowing cosmic web. So, if everything in the universe is moving so incredibly fast, and if the voids literally take up almost all the physical space in the entire universe, why is it physically almost impossible for a fast-moving galaxy to accidentally enter a void? What if I told you these unfathomable bubbles of nothingness aren't just empty space passively waiting to be filled, but that they actually seem to actively, violently spit matter out? But the weirdest thing about the edge of a cosmic void isn't what's there, it's how gravity itself completely loses its absolute mind. Think about basic physics for a second. Gravity attracts mass. It is the cosmic glue holding everything together. But since these colossal voids are essentially completely empty, containing almost zero mass, the insanely dense galaxy clusters sitting on their borders actively pull matter away from the center. It is exactly like a brutal, universe-sized tug-of-war where one side isn't even trying, or perhaps passed out completely drunk on the floor before the game even started. Because the void has zero gravitational muscle to pull back, the surrounding cosmic web is aggressively stealing whatever stray atoms, rogue planets, or wandering stars are left inside. This means cosmic voids are basically actively evicting matter. They are constantly, relentlessly getting emptier, burning through their cosmic inventory faster than your bank account after a weekend in Las Vegas. Matter is rushing away from these dead zones at millions of miles per hour, creating a literal reverse gravitational flow. It sounds like a broken physics engine in a bad sci-fi video game, but it is entirely real. The voids are bleeding out, and the rich, dense galaxy superclusters on the edges are getting richer by sucking them dry. So, here is a mind-bending thought experiment for you. Why on Earth or anywhere else in the multiverse would an impossibly advanced, godlike alien civilization ever purposely fly their massive starships straight into this terrifying abyss? I mean, it sounds like a phenomenally terrible idea, right? Like choosing to build a luxury vacation home inside an erupting volcano made of radioactive garbage. But the truth is, void galaxies are the ultimate cosmic cheat code. Out in the normal, crowded universe, galaxies are smashing into each other like hyperactive toddlers, driving bumper cars made of exploding gas. It is absolute, unadulterated chaos out there. Supermassive black holes are violently colliding, blasting out deadly gamma ray bursts that sterilize entire star systems, and hypernovas are constantly wiping out any chance for biological life to actually settle down and evolve. The cosmic web is a beautiful but incredibly dangerous war zone. But deep inside a cosmic void, it is dead silent. The few lonely dwarf galaxies trapped in these massive bubbles of nothingness are completely isolated from the chaotic, violent collisions of the dense galaxy clusters. Because they are left entirely alone, totally cut off from the galactic supply chain, they age in extreme slow motion. They casually sip on their pristine primordial gas reserves, birthing beautiful new stars with the calm, quiet precision of a cosmic monk. These lonely, glowing blue galaxies are the ultimate survival bunkers. They are the absolute last places that will remain habitable in a dying, freezing universe trillions upon trillions of years from now. When the rest of the cosmos has burnt through its nuclear fuel, violently torn itself to shreds, and faded to black, these void-dwelling doomsday preppers will still be keeping the lights on. They are the ultimate safe havens, floating peacefully in an ocean of darkness, completely ignoring the apocalypse happening everywhere else. But do not get too comfortable in your cosmic bunker, because there is an ultimate, unstoppable cosmic horror hiding right there in the emptiness. Enter dark energy. It is the absolute phantom menace of astrophysics, a mysterious force making up nearly 70% of the entire universe. And terrifyingly, we have absolutely no idea what it actually is. In the crowded, bustling galaxy clusters, gravity is strong enough to fight back. The immense mass of trillions of stars acts like cosmic duct tape, holding the universe together and temporarily masking the terrifying, repulsive power of dark energy. But the voids? The voids are where dark energy completely drops the mask and reigns supreme. With absolutely no gravity to hold things together, dark energy actively blows these gigantic bubbles of nothingness up like apocalyptic balloons on steroids. It is constantly pumping negative pressure into the dead space, forcing the voids to grow faster, larger, and more aggressive every single second of every single day. And this leads us directly into the apocalyptic far future of our universe. A scenario so incredibly bleak, it makes a psychological horror movie look like a cheerful children's cartoon. These aggressively expanding voids are not going to stop. They don't have an off switch. They will eventually push outwards so violently that they aggressively rip apart the beautiful, glowing filaments of the cosmic web itself. They will act like gargantuan, unstoppable trash compactors, crushing the remaining galaxy clusters against each other as the invisible walls of the voids expand outward at speeds faster than light. Eventually, these monstrous bubbles will collide and merge together, swallowing everything in their path until the entire observable universe is completely devoured. All the stars, all the planets, all the black holes, and all the light will be snuffed out, crushed into oblivion, leaving behind absolutely nothing but one gigantic, featureless void of eternal, freezing loneliness. The universe will not end with a bang, but with the silent, creeping expansion of absolute nothingness. It is a genuinely terrifying realization that shifts our entire perspective of the cosmos. These massive empty spaces are not just boring patches of dead air or missing data on a star chart, they literally sculpt the ultimate fate of reality itself. The emptiness is not just waiting patiently in the dark, it is hunting. It is the architect of the universe's final doom, shaping the galaxies today only to consume them tomorrow. If your mind is completely reeling from staring into the absolute abyss and you want to understand exactly how this nightmare ends, then you need to keep exploring the darkest, weirdest corners of reality with us.